Your mother says she is physically afraid of you. Have you hit her and threatened her with a knife?
Yeah, man, I chased her down the house and kicked the over.
Why?
Huh? Excuse me?
Why?
Because she gets on my nerves, she pisses me off.
She gets on your nerves and
If I ever did that to my mom, my ass would have been kicked. I don't care how big I am. You need to realize that's your mother.
Oh, well.
That is your mother. And that's the only mother you're going to ever have. And that's the only mother. And when she dies, I hope you know that it's going to hurt you a lot.
Hold on, everybody. Let's see. Chrissy, you told our producers you hate your mother. I find it unbelievable that anybody would say something like that. Is it true? Do you hate your mother?
Yeah, I've hated her since she left me.
You've hated her since she left you?
Huh?
What do you mean you've hated her since she left you? Your mother has gone out on a limb to get you back, to take control, to have you live with her. Why do you hate somebody who... Has anybody else done anything like that for you? Did anybody else go into your father's home and say, I want custody of this child? I want to take care of her? Was there anybody else? Why do you hate somebody who's done that for you?
Because she wasn't there for like 8 years of my life.
I was.
No, you wasn't.
I was.
No, you was not. Oh, fine, whatever.
You said that you didn't know why she was, what she did in
She
New
doesn't.
Jersey.
She's always
Why don't
at
you know
home.
your daughter?
She doesn't do
You're
drugs.
more concerned
She
about
doesn't
yourself
drink.
and a little couple
She's
tears.
always at home.
Do something for your daughter.
What? What do you do?
Learn how she is. Maybe you're tramping around.
I'm on 24.
How did your mother, quote, piss you off, unquote?
By trying to get you inside
How'd
the house?
No, the way you got me in the house is you grabbed me by my hairs and you threw me and
Well,
you
how do you
know
expect me to grab you, Crystal?
You could have grabbed me by my shirt, right?
That's why in the first place you should have gone inside, Crystal.
You should
No,
you ain't got no kind of room.
You listen.
Bitch.
I don't give a bang your ass out.
Go ahead.
I think you're crazy. Someone needs to come out and shoot your ass because you have no right.
Crystal, was your reaction to your sister Bonnie trying to kill herself last week? She can't live in this home anymore.
So?
What do you mean, so?
So?
What do you mean, so?
So I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever lost anybody that you loved?
My grandfather?
Your grandfather? Mm-hmm. Were you real happy when he died?
No.
How would you feel when your sister died?
Maybe I'll die before her.
What kind of talk is that? What kind of talk is that? What kind of conversation is that?
Because of the people she hangs around with, Sally. Look at the way she's dressed.
So? It's my dressing, isn't it? If you don't like it, then go and buy my clothes.
It's her attitude and gangster. She hangs around nothing with gangs. Gang signs, throwing gang signs here, throwing gangs. I'm embarrassed to go to the grocery store with her.
She looks fine. All right, she looks all right. Go ahead.
You know something?
She can dress a lot better.
Maybe you'd be better off if you died first.
Maybe it'd be better if you shut the and sit down. No, I don't care. So? Say whatever, please.
I have a problem. Do you, have you ever, does this child have any religion? Age is Julie's other daughter and Vicky's 14-year-old sister, Amanda. Julie says Amanda has not only become verbally abusive, but she's also gotten totally out of control sexually. Vicky agrees and says she's embarrassed by her sister's, quote, slutty behavior, end quote. She's scared for her as well. Amanda will be joining us in a few minutes, but first let me start with Julie and Vicky. You say Amanda's totally out of control? What do you mean?
Completely. She feels like we have, as parents, no right to tell her what she's allowed to do. She thinks that being 14 is a ticket to being an adult. She used to be a model child.
Up until when?
6 months ago.
You're saying this kind of change happened in 6 months?
It was overnight. It was completely overnight.
She lost weight and it went to her head and she started getting attention and then she started sleeping around and it just all went to her head and she became...
Give me examples of what she does.
Well...
Caught with alcohol in school.
Well, some older boys that don't go to the high school jumped the fence, came over to the school and I'm not sure how she jumped the fence and got to their house. There's like 5 of them. They got drunk and they all had sex.
And she has also had sex in the car?
No, that was on top of the neighbor's car in their driveway.
Vicky, you told us you were really mortified by some of the stunts your sister has pulled, especially when you were in a hotel together and once in the front yard.
We were in Reno and staying at the Clarion, and there was these guys outside, and we were like on the, I don't know, 5th floor, and they were like taking pictures, and she took off her nightgown and her bra, and she was like hanging out the window with her hanging out. And they took pictures. And then one time, I was at my house.
Yes.
The 2 girls are friends, I'm assuming by the laughter backstage.
Cassie basically, well, I'm a single mother, you know, so we have problems with that. I'm not going to let this child run my life. No offense to Carla, but I'm not going to get to that point. She is my daughter, and she is my life, but she's not going to run things.
All right.
I know it all. Something I want to throw in here about blaming the mothers. It's not just the mothers and the families, because we're all mothers, we're all families. It's society. It's the things that they see that they want to act out, but they don't know the consequences, and that's what we need to do.
Are we
there
ready
has
to
to be
meet the
stricter
daughters?
rules for these children.
Come on out, girls. Cassie, you're not a bad kid, right? Admits she drank vodka out of her mother's closet and refilled the bottle with water. Is that correct?
Yes, but it was this much in the vodka bottle.
Okay.
It wasn't a whole vodka bottle.
Cassie. It was vodka.
It was not how you say it is. It was like this much.
Okay. So 13 in vodka. All right. Admits that you steal jeans from Hector's department store and get away with it. It is fun getting free stuff. Those are your words. Mm-hmm. It is fun getting free stuff from Hector's department store. I hope Hector's department store is watching, and the next time you walk into Hector's department store, they have your face. You know what it means when you are fingerprinted. Have you any idea?
Yeah, I got a record now.
You have a record. Now, do you know that that record will keep you out of any good college, university? That record will keep you from running for public office. That record will keep you out of law school, medical school. That for Andriana's arrest, and the police suspect she's part of a prostitution ring. Is that correct, Mother?
Yes.
Okay. Michelle, you haven't seen your daughter since September. It must be very hard on you. Before we hear what happened, what do you want to say to the girls?
I want to say that you could be my daughter. You can be out there getting beaten up by pimps. I want to say that you're all beautiful and you have potential to be whatever you want.
Tell us what happened with your daughter. Why is she missing?
My daughter's been running away from home since she was 14 years old. She got involved with gangs. She's been in a drug rehab program. She just has gone from bad to totally out of control. She had a disagreement with her father, who she was living with, and apparently there was a problem with the stepmother. Dad took stepmother's side. She ran away from home. She came back 2 days later and stole 2 of her dad's guns and traded them for drugs to some gang members.
Is she using the drugs?
Yes.
What has this done to your home, to your life?
It has destroyed my life. I can't sleep. There's no consistency to what I do. I'm working for temporary agencies because I can't keep a job.
What do you want to say to your daughter?
I want to say that I need you to come home, and there's nothing that you've done that we can't work out together. I love you very much, and your whole family needs you to come home. Please come home.
We just went and called the West Parkersburg, West Virginia. When somebody has tried to kill their mother, knife her, poison her, poison the food, beat the heck out of her so she couldn't even go to the hospital.
As a toddler, cannot think like a 10-year-old, A 13, 14-year-old cannot think like an 18-year-old.
She's a thief. She is a thief. I'm very serious
Yes,
about
I know,
that. And I've
Sally.
raised 8 children.
Yes, but you...
Hey, that's the thief. That person thinks nothing of going into stores, taking things. Is there no understanding?
Well, the shock of getting arrested, going through all that's teach me never to go and steal again. Just that fact. I'm never going to do that again. Once you've been walked down an aisle with a police officer in the mall, you know how embarrassing that is?
Sandra, what about Amanda? Is it normal to be so sexually active at 14?
Is it normal? We're from a similar generation, and sexuality to us connotated all sorts of bad things. Certainly when we were in high school, reputation and all that. I have to tell you the news today, and that is that most girls begin becoming sexually active at age 15. Now, we may sit here in horror and say that's wrong, but this is
No, I don't even think it's wrong. I think that indiscriminate going